Listen, we got breaking news to discuss involving the Ball brothers, ladies and gentlemen, y'all. This is crazy. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you because they was on Kai Cenat's stream. We all knew that this was brewing. It was just all a matter of when it was going to happen. It was a lot. A lot of people seen the Ball brothers possibly in a different light than they may be accustomed to seeing. I don't even know. Like I said, I don't watch too much Kai Cenat, but it was very interesting to see what he did with this stream. He had a lot of different games and stuff like that. He had his partners there. The Ball brothers seemed very comfortable, with him. You seen Liangelo. First things first, Jello. They rolled up in the room. They made a thunderous entrance. Jello was playing an unreleased song. I've never heard that song before. The song was fire. We got to keep it all the way real with you. Um, that was, I mean, that was crazy. And we all know Kai Cenat streams. It always goes in somewhere, some next stratosphere. So we understand that. So I'm expecting Jello. As we all know, he's got an album coming out. This is an amazing, I would say, consider the press run. We've seen Jello. Jello been on everything. He was on Hot 97 in New York. Jello's been all over making his press runs. This thing right here is special, in my opinion, to see the Ball brothers together. We don't get too much of this. It seemed like because it was been wild for a minute. They obviously don't play on the same team. Um, they just seem like they gotta just we want to see them more as the trio, not one or two, all three, together more often, especially as Jello is dropping this album. And it's going to be tough because, these guys are in the NBA. They have obligations. They're point guards in the NBA, so it's going to be crazy. But Melo, Lonzo, these guys, they obviously Melo. They're gonna speak highly of him because he gave basically a good motivational speech, letting people know to be them. Don't let nobody mess you up. Just keep going. That was good. Melo just got a lot of swag. We just gotta keep it real with you. He seemed like he not even seemed he got the most swag out of pretty much everybody that was in that room, but out of his brothers. He's just like you see. Lonzo always got to let it be known that he's the big brother. At the end of the day, but Lonzo, he was speaking very highly too. It was a fun stream. It was good to see how they interacted with all of the streamers. We all know the people they do constant out with his streaming university and all this stuff that he got going on. He's one of the best to ever do it in the streaming space. So this is good for the Ball brothers, especially them. They've been doing this for a long time. Make sure you subscribe to Flight Sports for more news updates and more. They played a lot of spin the thing, and they play basketball. So it's crazy. They literally playing ball. It's crazy as that sounds. So this stream, from the Ball brothers is just crazy. This guy Kai Cenat, his streaming situation, he basically has an arcade there. And it's basically like a real life production. Melo making all his shots. I'm looking now. Like I said, this is going on live as we speak. We all know Kai Cenat streams be forever. And it seems like the Ball brothers, they giving them everything. You know, they doing they giving the audience, the viewers, his whole stream, everything. Because they really don't have to start shooting and stuff like that. You got Melo out. Melo got it. Melo is healthy. Obviously Melo look healthy. Lonzo look healthy. You got Jello out there shooting threes. Kai Cenat hitting threes. So clearly you see Jello, he still got it. You're a professional. Melo, he making everything. Melo, I don't think he missed yet. It's crazy, to see them in all sorts of lights. The Ball brothers, they've been doing this a long time. They've been in the national spotlight. They had the Ball in the Family show. So they're no stranger to a lot of these things. They don't get enough credit. LeVar Ball, I mean, he was, he's been like working with content creators and connecting with them, before things, is even blowing up. So the Ball brothers, they've been ahead of the curve. The whole Ball family, they've been ahead of a lot of the curve. You see, they doing a lot of things overseas. If you see what's going on with Big Baller Brand, the brand continues. You could get all your merchandise right now online. So it just is what it is. Big Baller Brand continues to expand. All over the world. And like I said, it started with obviously LeVar, his wife, and then look what's going on. Look where the Ball brothers are today. To see Jello, even though he's not in the NBA, we all know what he did. He did everything he could to get to the NBA. We're talking about what he did through Greensboro, what he did through, just everything that he had to go through with the Charlotte Hornets. I mean, it was a mess. I almost wanted him to go to another team. That's what I thought was going to be happening with Liangelo. I would have never thought in my wildest imagination that he would have came out with the number one song in the world, blew up as an artist, had features with some of the top artists in the game, uh, performed, at big shows, big events. I would have never even thought of nothing like that for Jello. I thought that he would have still been in the NBA circuit, possibly the G League, but on another team. You see what's going on with Lonzo. He's on the Cavaliers. Can he get with Cleveland? I think they got a team to charge, if I'm not mistaken. Can he get over there? So it is what it is. We sitting here watching these guys shoot. It's crazy to see Kai Cenat. How he got this whole setup again, and look like he got all the streaming boys with him. Everybody with cameras. So it is what it is, man. This is the new age. And shout out to the Ball brothers for embracing it. So there you go. I wanted to give you this report as I'm literally watching it as I'm talking to you about it. But I wanted to let the people know that the Ball brothers was on Kai Cenat's stream. Lamelo out here shooting threes, all kind of stuff. So it was just crazy. It's Flight Sports TV. Peace and love. You already know what it is.